In our town, no one drives across San Gerardo Bridge after midnight. It's not because it's unsafe, it's because the soldiers never left. They say if you cross it between 12 and 1, you'll see them, standing in formation under the fog, rifles in hand, still guarding a bridge that no longer leads to war. I used to think it was just another local legend, until the night I saw their eyes. San Gerardo Bridge was built during World War II, a narrow stone crossing that connected the old military camp to the main road. When the Japanese forces retreated, the Filipino soldiers were ordered to guard the bridge, to stop the enemy from advancing into the town center. They never abandoned their post, not even when the air raids began, not even when the bridge started to burn. When reinforcements finally arrived, the soldiers were found still standing, bodies charred, rifles melted. But their formation was perfect, unbroken. The locals said their loyalty was so strong, their souls never left the bridge. Fast forward 70 years. I was 17, just a bored kid in a quiet town. Every generation has that one stupid dare, and ours was the midnight crossing. The rules were simple. You drive across San Gerardo Bridge at exactly 12:30 a.m., stop in the middle and say, "I am not afraid. I will cross." If you make it to the other side without the car stalling or seeing the soldiers, you're supposed to get lifetime protection. But if you fail, something follows you home. That night it was my turn. We took my cousin's old pickup truck, the kind that rattled even when it was parked. There were 4 of us, me, my cousin Emil, and our 2 friends, Jace and Mara. We were all laughing to hide how scared we were, but when we reached the bridge, the laughter just died. The fog was thick, unnatural, almost like smoke underwater. The engine idled as I glanced at the time on my phone. 12:29 a.m. Then, right on cue, I whispered the words, "I am not afraid. I will cross." The truck rolled forward slowly. The sound of the tires on the old stone echoed like footsteps. Halfway across, Mara gasped.
"There's someone there,"
she whispered, pointing into the fog. And then we all saw them, figures, faint outlines of men in old military uniforms, helmets, rifles. They were completely motionless, their faces hidden by shadow and fog. The air grew heavy, so cold I could see my own breath. The truck's headlights flickered. And then, the radio turned on by itself. A voice came through the static, low, crackling like an old transmission. It said, "Hold your line. No one crosses." My cousin Emil yelled at me to go, and I slammed my foot on the gas. The engine just screamed, but the truck wouldn't move. The fog thickened until it felt alive, curling around us, pressing against the windows. Then came the knock, right on my window. 3 slow, deliberate taps. I turned my head and saw a soldier's face right through the glass. His eyes were milky white, but his expression was calm. He whispered, "Fall back." And just like that, the engine roared back to life. I floored it, and we sped through the rest of the bridge, the fog chasing us until the tires finally hit the dirt road on the other side. When I looked back, the bridge was empty, but I saw something move in the fog, waving, almost like it was saluting us. The next morning, we checked the truck. On the side door, right where the soldier's face had appeared, there was a handprint, perfectly outlined in soot. We never spoke about what happened again, but 2 weeks later, Jace got into a bad accident on that same road leading to the bridge. He said someone wearing an old soldier's uniform had stepped out in front of his car. He swore the man raised his hand in a salute before vanishing back into the fog. Last year, the local government scheduled San Gerardo Bridge for demolition. Locals gathered to watch, but when the bulldozers arrived, their engines stalled, every single one of them. The workers said they heard marching, the sound of boots hitting the pavement in perfect unison, coming from beneath the bridge. They tried again the next day, but the same thing happened. By the 3rd attempt, they stopped trying altogether. The mayor declared the bridge a heritage site. Unofficially, though, everyone knows it's a memorial. And now, every All Saints' Day, people leave flowers and candles on both ends of the bridge. Not out of fear anymore, but out of respect. Because they say the soldiers never left their post. They still guard the bridge. I visit San Gerardo Bridge every November now. I light a candle, whisper a prayer, and I thank them for their duty. There's a peace there now, the kind of peace you feel only when you know something has been forgiven. Sometimes when the fog rolls in just right, I can still see faint silhouettes near the railing. They're not haunting, not angry. They're just standing there, watching, protecting. Maybe a loyalty that strong doesn't die. Maybe it just waits for new orders from above. Thanks so much for listening to my story. If you have any stories of your own, I'd love to read them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Stay safe out there.